was young, I asked my dad what sort of man I might become. He said, my boy, you will do fine. You have to follow every dream. I wish I knew then what I know now about how my life would be, and still, after all of these years, I'd ask my dad if he was proud of me. If you want a straight answer, then you always have to go to your dad. He'll tell you what he's thinking, even if it ends up making you mad.
Hi everyone, it's James here from TSR Jivey Talks Tech, and today is New Gear Day. Massive thanks to the team at Warmaudio for sending me over 3 new toys to play with. First, we have this baby, and quite frankly, it's heavy. This is the new Warmaudio WA-44 vintage ribbon microphone. And it's a thing of absolute beauty. Yes, of course, it's designed to look like one of the most, if not the most iconic mics in history. But wow, this is a stunner. The WA-44 is a modern day recreation of the 1930 style RCA ribbon mic. You know, the sort of thing used by Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, Bob Dylan. The list goes on. As a rule, ribbon mics are very smooth, warm, and they impart a lovely silky, dusky tone into recordings. Now, some might call them dark sounding mics, but if you manage the ribbon's proximity effect, as in the closer you get, the more bassy it sounds, ribbon mics, and in particular the new WA-44, can sound very natural and open. I'm told, well, I mean I've read the specs, that the WA-44 uses a vintage matched, custom crafted Japanese ribbon made with 99.1% aluminium for added durability. And the ribbon in question is of the same size, length and width as the original RCA-44 and others used by high-end recreations. I'm guessing by that they mean AEA. The vintage style ribbon is paired with a super heavy, true to size neodymium magnet, which is in turn powered by a USA-made Cinemag transformer to deliver true to the original tone. The same transformer is used in other 44 style mics by other brands, just so you know. Weighing in at over £6, that's 2.7 kilograms in King's English, the WA-44 features a plumbed-in Star Quad shielded Gotham XLR cable and connector, and a traditional style embroidered case and velvet mic sock. Nice. This, quite frankly, is Warmaudio kicking it up a gear in both quality and presentation. And now I'll put this down, because it's really heavy. The WA-44 is great on loud sound sources, so in the opening track you heard it used as the mono room mic on the drum mix. We also used it on the acoustic guitar and electric guitar, and on the vocal. Now, as I said, this is a heavy mic, so we're mounting it on one of my stunning Latch Lake Mic King 1100 stands. These are built to take and support the heaviest and most demanding of microphones. On the whole, ribbon mics do not like phantom power, and while having it switched on is not a major issue, I would avoid kicking it in and out when the WA-44 is connected. The WA-44 is built to take it, but best practice says avoid 48 volt phantom power when using passive ribbon mics. All ribbon mics by their very nature have a figure of 8 pickup pattern, which can be very handy if you're trying to record two vocalists at the same time. Just get them to stand either side of the mic. But remember that sounds coming into the side of the mic are going to be rejected, so maybe don't use the WA-44 on a group of vocalists. Another trait of ribbon mics is that they generally have quite a low output, so you might find that you need to crank the gain pot on your mixer, mic pre, or interface a lot more than usual. However, the second of the new Warmaudio toys is their new Warmaudio Warm Lifter. This is an inline preamp giving up to 26 dB of additional gain, meaning you don't have to drive your interface gain so hard to get a good level to tape. The WA-WL is an active preamp, so it requires phantom power, but don't worry, the two are designed to work together. But if your mic pre can provide 65 dB of gain or more, then there's no need to use the warm lifter. The third new product from Warmaudio is the new WA-19 dynamic mic. Now, Beatles fans will recognise this as the style of mic, the sort of thing that would have been dangled above Ringo's head on the Abbey Road sessions. The WA-19 is based on the Austrian AKG D-19 and was a favourite of both studio and live engineers, as it was a dynamic mic that sounded almost as good as a condenser mic with none of the problems of condenser mics, like the requirement for 48 volt phantom power. The WA-19 is also great for vocals, drums, acoustic guitar and really heavy distorted guitars. So in the track, I'm using it on the snare drum top with the 10 dB 50 Hz filter in to help reduce the amount of kick drum bleed in the snare channel, as well as on the acoustic and electric guitars in combination with the WA-44. I've blended the two mics together to give me a warm yet direct tone. And that's one of the best things about recording with two mics. Yes, you need to be aware of potential phase issues, but if you record with two mics of very different sonic characters, you can blend these two to exploit the character of each, as I hope to have demonstrated here. So let's take a listen to the new WA-44, the WA-19 and the WA-WL in this track, both with and without processing. I'll make sure the captions let you know exactly what's going on, but just to let you know, there's no EQ on any of the instrument mics, and just a little push here and there on the vocal. I want you to hear how good these mics sound. This track and mix fell together really quickly because sonically the parts work together, and if it ain't broke, as they say.
Become, he said, my boy, you will do fine. You have to follow every dream. I wish I knew then what I know now about how my life would be, and still, after all of these years, I'd ask my dad if he was proud of me. If you want a straight answer, then you always have to go to your you mad.
There we have it, the new WA-44, the WA-19 and the Warm Lifter from Warmaudio. The mics sound really great. Hang on. All the warm stuff sounds really great, so why was I expecting anything different? I understand from the team at Warmaudio that in their testing, which included comparisons with far more expensive 44 style mics, the WA-44 was sonically within 1 or 2% of the competition. And when you consider that a second-hand RCA 44 could set you back well over $4,000 plus change, and there's no guarantee it's going to be working for very long, or you could look at another 44 style remake, which could cost you in the ballpark of $4,500. The WA-44 at $999 US is a steal of a mic. It's big, it's shiny, and it's bling, but I don't care because it sounds amazing. And it's not going anywhere, it's staying as my mono drum room mic. $199 for the WA-19 is a no-brainer. This is a really useful mic that just sounds great. Again, the original AKG D-19 could set you back well over $500 for something in poor condition, so save yourself the trouble and check out the WA-19 for yourself. I think I may have just found my new snare top mic. The Warmaudio Warm Lifter is an easy to use, quick fix, get out of jail free card. I love little boxes like this because they just make things better. My studio is full of them, and for $149 it features better specs than other pre's of a similar price. I've done my best in this track to show the best of what the WA-44, the WA-19 and the Warm Lifter can do. But as always, the best way to really check out these goodies for yourself is to check them out for yourself at a Warmaudio dealer near you. I'm quite sure you'll be very glad you did. So thanks once again to the team at Warmaudio for sending these over. You can find out more about the WA-44, the WA-19 and the Warm Lifter at the Warmaudio website. But for now, my name's James Ivey from TSR, Jivey Talks Tech, and I'll see you again very soon.